Welcome back to Cinematic Universe. Today I will show you the 2019 horror drama fantasy movie, titled Down. Watch out and take care. Jennifer was one of the last people left in the office on Friday night. He was flying to New York for a long weekend to see his ex-fiancée on Valentine's Day, so he wrote her an email. He didn't want to be late for his flight, so he grabbed a bunch of sweets and left the office. At the same time, Guy is also ready to leave work. They both ended up waiting for the elevator at the same time. Jennifer went up to the 49th floor and he joined her on the 42nd floor. The man immediately started chatting with her and joking around. He answered but didn't seem interested in talking. The man shows him a carving on the wall when the elevator suddenly stops. He tried the lock and the alarm button, but nothing worked even though the elevator's electricity seemed still on. The man tried to open the door, but it didn't work either. They tried to release a fully functional camera and still, no one answered their calls. Also, none of their phones have service because it's 4 floors underground. Jennifer wonders where the building security is, worried she missed her flight. 15 minutes later, they tried to call for help and knocked on the door, but no one could hear them. It occurred to Guy that there might be an exit, so he clumsily climbed onto his shoulder and they checked the elevator's roof. He hurt his hand a little bit, so he put it down. An hour later, Jennifer realizes that she won't make her flight, and even though Guy jokes to lighten the air, she just curses everyone and everything. They finally introduced themselves and continued the banter that Guy had started as he got into the elevator. Since Jennifer doesn't have water in her thermos, Guy offers her a bottle, but they joke that they should open the wine over it. They both noticed that they had a bottle opener in their bag and laughed about it. They did not open the wine, but he accepted the water. As a consolation prize for not having food, Jennifer gives Guy candy. However, he thought they should save their rations because they might be stuck in the elevator until Tuesday. 4 hours later, Jennifer had to pee and desperately tried to hold it in because she was embarrassed to do it in front of Guy. He tells her to go into the corner about her coat and when she says no, Guy suggests she relieve herself in his thermos. He made her close her eyes and cover her ears. The guy also started singing and he ended up peeing. After that, add details to the elevator mural. After a while, they play a game and start talking about more personal things. Guy tells her that he doesn't have anyone looking for him because he's too obsessed with his work. Jennifer says that she is the same. He tells her that he wants to surprise someone in New York, but she probably doesn't want him to come. The man realized that it was time they opened the wine and handed it to him. They drink not to die. Soon, they kept busy attracting each other and getting closer. Guy confesses that he actually saw her in the office building before, he just didn't share it because he didn't want to sound like a stalker and make her feel uncomfortable. He didn't take it as hard as he thought, in fact, he laughed about it. They finished their drawings and showed them to each other. His portrayal is more joking, while he is more serious. Jennifer apologizes and takes a picture of the painting, saying that she will make it her profile picture if they last. They then talk about food and since they are both hungry, she asks Guy to change the subject. He lists different things and she chooses to talk about making love. He gets up and focuses the camera on her, asking her about the dirtiest place she's ever made love before. The guy is a bit shy, so he shared his story first. Jennifer tells him a story about one of her ex-boyfriends in college and the time they slept together in the library. When it was Guy's turn, she still didn't want to share his story because she thought she didn't have an interesting story. Jennifer tells her to make one. Guy talks about a hot girl who wants to be with him at a picnic at work. He said they were drunk, got in the car and began to undress while he drove. The guy gets weird and awkward again, telling Jennifer that he's horny and he has to stop. He apologizes because he thinks he's crossed the line, but says he's fine. The man awkwardly approached her and kissed her, then began to undress her. They make love in the elevator. Afterwards, Guy tells her that he could fall in love with her, but she stays away from him. Jennifer tells him that she wants to get back with her ex. That was the reason why she wanted to go to New York and surprise her, fix things and make everything better. Unlike Guy, she thinks that even though her meeting is fun, they just need to take it easy because what she has with her ex is real. Jennifer was honest with him about her feelings and what her previous relationship was like. Guy, on the other hand, thinks that they are connected and that his ex is not worthy of him. She is angry that she clearly still loves him and she tells Guy that when they get out of the elevator they will go back to their separate lives. Guy keeps insisting that they should be together and she starts to cry because she feels isolated even though they are locked in a box together. Suddenly, something inside her flipped and Jennifer could feel it happening. The men begin to tell her the truth about who she is. He lied to her about where she worked and her name too. The man told her that not only did he notice him, but she saw him every day at work. He pulled the phone from her and showed Jennifer a security photo he had, with the time and date. The man also has video of him getting into the elevator that night. Jennifer was scared. He tells her that he's actually the building's security guard and gets mad at her when she explains that no one has ever noticed someone like him. He didn't recognize her even though she worked at the front desk. He thinks that he knows her better than her ex and tells her that she planned everything that happened that night. The man took out the key and opened the elevator. Jennifer can't believe what she did to him and she says that she will call the police and he will rot in jail. He doesn't like that, so she grabs him and they start fighting. Hitting her leg during the fight, Jennifer breaks the elevator lock. They continue to fight and she hits the man with her shoe. Jennifer fears that she is killing her, so she goes over to him to check when she suddenly jumps up and knocks her down. Both remained unconscious in the elevator. After a while, Jennifer woke up to find the man awake. She asks him why he did it. Her reasoning was that she wanted to keep everything away from her so they could connect on a human level. She said that they not only had a date but an entire relationship over the weekend trapped in an elevator. Jennifer thought that she would not let him go because someone would definitely come to get them out. Unfortunately, she discovered that the man had taken all the shifts for the weekend and that the other 2 guards would not be coming until the extended weekend ended on Tuesday. Jennifer asks what he's going to do with her and he says he'd rather kill her than go back to prison. He says that he never made her do anything, but Jennifer tells him that she kidnapped him. That sent him into a spiral of anger. When he calmed down, he opened the gift Jennifer had bought for her ex-fiancé. Find the shirt and the box in the bag. The boy puts on the shirt and tells Jennifer to open the rest of the gift. Jennifer opens the box to reveal a cigar, complete with the necessary tools such as cigar scissors and a lighter. He lights a cigarette and taunts Jennifer even worse, even saying that he can get his ex back with all the nice gifts. Ironically, he wished you a happy Valentine's Day. Moments later, the boy apologizes to Jennifer for scaring her and asks if they can make out. He asks her for another chance and tells her she doesn't have to answer him right away, think about it. The man commented on the travel commercial playing in the elevator, saying that the people in the video looked happy together. He tells Jennifer that one day he will take her to the resort in the ad. He's annoyed by the elevator's neon light not working. So he breaks it with Jennifer's thermos. The boy realized that the light bulb under the ceiling tile needed to be replaced at some point. He thought that he could remove the panel and get out of the elevator that was there. As he opened it with a thermos, Jennifer stood over it. He asks Jennifer to push him there, promising he'll come back for her. However, Jennifer thought it would be easier if she gave the push because she didn't have the strength to do it. He doubts that she wants to go back for him and calls the police. Jennifer tells him everything he wants to hear and convinces him to reject it. He climbed over his shoulder and walked out of the elevator. The man told him where the stairs and the door were. Happy that they finally managed to escape. Jennifer turned and gave him the middle finger, angering him. As he climbed the stairs, he also looked for a way out of the elevator. The man tied 2 pieces of clothing together and threw them over the elevator beam. Jennifer was already moving towards the door when she started to climb. He tells her that she better run because now she's going to die. Jennifer approached the door when she reached the level where he was and followed her. She opened the door and screamed for help, then he suddenly grabbed her and threw them both back into the elevator. They both fainted. Jennifer gets up first and looks at the fire sprinkler, thinking of a new plan to get out. He tried to activate the fire alarm by lighting a cigarette, but when he failed, he lit a small fire. When the elevator fills with smoke, the man wakes up and he punches him, breaking his nose. Jennifer managed to hold him back with a piece of clothing. He tells her that the fire alarm won't go off, but they'll just get soaked and electrocuted. Jennifer threatens to hurt him badly and make him confess everything he did to her. He turned on his camera and recorded himself explaining what he knew about what happened. Jennifer turned the camera on him and asked his real name. He said his name was John Deacons. John confesses that he deliberately trapped them in the elevator. He also carved the painting on the wall. That Friday he used the key to stop the elevator while he wasn't looking. Jennifer makes him admit that she caught him in the elevator. John confessed to trapping and kidnapping her. He continues to question her, so she confesses to her camera everything she did to him, from hitting her head on the floor to throwing her against the wall. Jennifer asks why and John says that he just wants to go out with her. If he had invited her out of her as usual, she would have turned him down. John tells her who she was before she became a security guard. He is an accountant who works for a large company and he is a great person. John tells him that the story about the girl in the car is true, but it ends differently than he hinted at. He ended up missing the exit and driving straight into the ravine. The car spun 7 times until a tree blocked it. The girl died on impact. John only got 6 months in prison because he had the resources to avoid it. When he got out, the only job he got was as a security guard. After a few months, he wanted to be himself again and feel it for a while. Jennifer still doesn't understand why he chose her. She said it was because she was cool. She arrived on Monday and they were still stuck. One of Eddie's security guards takes his new girlfriend into the building to show her the roof. When they got inside, he searched for John, and when she couldn't find him, he checked the security monitor. Eddie sees John and Jennifer trapped in the elevator, waking them both up. Jennifer begs him to get them out of there. He tells her that he will go downstairs and get them out, while her girlfriend falls asleep on the couch. Eddie went to the elevator and pried the door open. Jennifer wanted to get out of her, but he told her that she had to open the door all the way first, and he moved away from her. Suddenly, John knocks him out. She tells Eddie that he is there and gives John his keys. John tells him it's not working, and Eddie says he'll go upstairs to help them. He is trapped in the elevator and sees that something has happened inside when John turns on the elevator and cuts it in half. He knocks Jennifer down again, then carries her to her car and puts her in the trunk. John returns to the building and disposes of Eddie's body and his clothes. He cleaned himself up and put on his uniform, slipping a cigar into his pocket. When John got to the front desk, he deleted all the video from the security cameras. Eddie's girlfriend wakes up and John kills her too, then drops her in the trunk as well. John gets into his car and drives Jennifer to a remote location to drop her off. He poured gasoline into the trash can to get ready. Before opening the trunk, John tells Jennifer that he still likes her. Unfortunately, they couldn't be together. Jennifer pretends that she is dead, and when John goes to the dump, she hits him over the head, gets in the car and starts driving. She at one point stopped when she found a lit cigar on the tray. Jennifer began to back the car up and crashed into a terrified John. She got out and saw that she was in the trash. Jennifer relights the cigar and walks away from her, then tosses the flaming bud into the trash can, burning John alive.
Thanks for watching this video. By clicking this, you can watch the next movie. I happily invite you to watch that beautiful movie.